Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, we are going to be spending a day in Santorini, Greece, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what I did while I was at cruise port in Santorini. This cruise port was a tender, so we did have to tender to Santorini, but I'm going to walk you through everything and anything I do or don't recommend when visiting Santorini, Greece. Also, this is just a disclaimer that not everything is Instagram worthy, and you are obviously going to have ups and downs no matter where you are and what you do. But I'm just letting people know that because I think everyone just thinks Santorini and it's all blue domes and, very white buildings. And it's like, that's not every single part of Santorini. Santorini is a real place where real people live. Anyways, let's get right into the video. So I've been waking up pretty early on the cruise, mainly because we do have a balcony room and the sun can rise as early as 5 a.m. here. So after I woke up, got ready, we got breakfast, and then we headed over to Santorini where we took the tender port, which there you can see the donkeys, which we were absolutely not doing. There are multiple ways to get up to Santorini. Some of the main ones are you can take a donkey, you can take the cable cars, or you can have a ferry bring you over to a bus stop that's close, and the bus will drive you up to Santorini. That's actually what we did because there was no way we were riding donkeys up there, and the line for the cable cars is just so crazy. Now, our tour didn't officially start until like 10 a.m., so we ended up having a lot of free time, which was nice because we got to walk around the town and we got to see some pretty neat little shops and restaurants. While we were on our ferry to the bus station, we ended up coming across this like smoke, which I honestly thought was a volcano because there are many active volcanoes here, but then I ended up finding out that they actually burn their trash, which I'm not exactly sure how good that is for the environment, but I don't make the laws here, so whatever. Once we arrived to the bus station, it ended up taking us up this huge cliff, and it was pretty scary. It was definitely nothing like I imagined. There's like no guardrails, but I trust our driver, and everything did end up being okay. Our tour guide took us to this overlook of this blue dome church and this amazing view of Santorini. Piece of advice, bring a selfie stick. I brought mine and I got the best shots and I didn't have to constantly keep asking people to take a picture of me. But anyways, after we were done with that, we ended up driving to another very scenic part where we got the best views of kind of like that really classic overlook of all the white buildings. And I will say, I was very surprised when driving here how rural parts of Santorini are. And our tour guide was kind of explaining to us that if you're not in the main city of Ia, the real estate is significantly cheaper. If you're just even a little bit closer to the sea, basically real estate goes from 200,000 to 2 million once you get in the main village of Ia. Our tour guide has been amazing so far, and he really has taken us to all of the most scenic, picturesque spots. Now, we're just walking around getting this amazing view of the main village of Ia, and there are so many succulents. I obviously understand that succulents are a plant and they do grow out in the wild, but I think being an American, we only ever see them at like Lowe's or at a plant shop. They don't just grow on the ground. So that was like just really surprising to me. And the plant life has been so diverse here. Now our tour guide is taking us to a little private part so we can get some more pictures. I was kind of nervous because he was just like, follow me, and there's like nothing back here, but obviously everything was fine. And just look at these views. Aren't they just to die for? When people asked me if I even wanted to visit Santorini, I said, you better believe it. I'm literally so cringy, I'm so sorry. But anyways, here are some more of those succulents I was talking about. And after those beautiful views, we got back on the tour bus where our tour guide and bus driver took us to the main village of Ia. Now, when we got there, our tour guide actually took some people to see the Blue Dome Church. Now, me and my mother just kind of wanted to sit down. We used the bathroom, we had a snack, and then after we did a little bit of shopping, we just didn't feel like we needed to see the big one since we already got so many picturesque pictures like that in Mykonos. And this kind of goes into my next point that I honestly prefer Mykonos because it gives so much more of that like classic blue and white aesthetics. It just was so much less crowded. I feel like this would have been such a beautiful village if there just wasn't so many people. After an hour in Iya, our driver and tour guide took us to the village of Megalahori, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, correct me in the comment section. There were so many pistachio trees here, and I honestly liked this village so much more than Iya, just because it was a lot less crowded, a lot cleaner, and I found it to be much more aesthetically pleasing. They had these white dome churches that were just everything, and I got the best pictures here. So if you really want a less crowded, more picturesque place in Santorini, I really recommend going or staying in Megalahori. Now, our tour guide actually took us into this underground cave where a lot of the fishermen and farmers of the olden day Santorini, they used to stay in caves closer to the sea, and it was really cool to walk in and experience this. And there is like so much rich history in Santorini that I do kind of wish our tour guide went a little bit more into and wasn't just so focused on like the picturesque places. But nevertheless, it was a really cool experience, and I really recommend checking this out in Megalahori because it was a completely free thing to go do. Our last stop in the tour was our tour guide took us to a black sand beach. Now this was quite the experience, and I've never seen sand like this before, and honestly my video does not do it justice because it is so dark. And he took us to this cute little restaurant. It was kind of like a restaurant slash beach club, but we were able to use the chairs, which was really nice. And of course, I don't know if anyone has ever been to Greece that has watched this video, but the water is very cool, and it was pretty hot in Santorini today. So it was so nice just to dip in, and even if I just got my feet wet, it was like instantly refreshing. The thing with the black sand beaches is that the closer I got to the water, the thicker the pebbles became, and the farther away I was, the more it actually just felt like sand. So after the black sand beach, our driver took us back to the bus station where we originally started at, and we ended up getting on a ferry back to the original cruise port, and from the original cruise port, that's where we took our tender back to our cruise ship, where we were on the Norwegian Pearl. Hi, I just got back in my room, and honestly we had a really long day, but we are going to head to dinner, and that concludes my vlog for Santorini today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to tell me how you feel about it in the comment section, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe below. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section. Bye, see you guys in the next one.